one just get away in those last few minutes, and how are they able to kind of secure the win?
I think our turnovers were pretty bad. I don't know how many in the fourth. Obviously, I'll have to watch it, but it was a lot self-inflicted. When you lose a quarter by 21-34, 13 points, we're up 5 with 10 minutes to go, and it ends up being a 13-33 run, I believe. It's not a good sign. It's hard to win a game like that. We have to be better. We have to find a way to respond, especially on the road. And we didn't today. I mean, the team has always competed, and today in their last punch, we just didn't punch back. And I want to see our guys talk to each other, be engaged. And, sometimes you're going to lose it, but, a little bit more from our end as far as, trying and engaging each other. But I thought we competed. We found a way. Again, we were up 5 with 10 to go. Didn't end up very well, but it's good examples of us not taking care of the ball. And obviously you give them credit because that's what they do. They pressure the ball, and they create a lot of turnovers. And we were not good enough, so we'll move on to the next one.
Jordi, at third quarter, you guys started off really well. I'm curious, was there anything different that you saw Philly do defensively, kind of where, you guys had that 14-0 run, and then it seemed like they slowly started to chip away and get back into it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we were finding good shots. Everybody, CT was involved, and we took care of the ball, and the shots went in. And if you think about it, you trade some of those 19 turnovers for shots and possibility to offensive rebound. That is a different ball game, and that's what happened in that stretch where we were clean with the ball, we were getting stops. We took the lead. They called a timeout, and they responded. And it's part of how the NBA and the games work. And that they took the lead, then we took the lead again, and then we couldn't respond to the last punch. So we have to be better. We have to space the floor better. We have to use our counters with their pressure, and I don't think we did a good job today.
With the 7 turnovers for Cam Thomas, did you notice any commonalities just with the nature of where those turnovers took place?
No, I'll have to watch the film. Obviously, the number is not good. He's 7 assists is a number that I like a lot, but not 7 turnovers. So probably he had 4 too many. 7 and 3 would be great, or would be good. And again, you see CT and Dennis with 13 combined, it's not a good sign. And again, credit to them because that's what they do. But when we prepare for games, we tell the guys what they're gonna face and see, and we didn't execute very well.
You sense a certain degree of frustration from Cam at a certain point. Comments?
Probably you gotta ask him. I don't know. He didn't tell me. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that he doesn't like to turn the ball over, and he's not trying to turn the ball over. So we have to find a way to respond in those moments where things are not going our way, and come together, talk to each other, and then overcome adversity. So I know the group will be better. We'll work tomorrow. We'll watch film, and we'll be ready for a tough back-to-back.
After the start that Ben had, what went into the decision to leave him in there until I think it was about the 3-minute mark left in the fourth quarter?
I mean, I didn't feel like I could have burned another timeout to bring subs, and we have players ready to sub in, but I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think Nick was coming to get him. But yeah, that's, the normal minutes is played, and, again, we need him to rebound. We need him to push the pace. We need him to fight his teammates. We need him to be aggressive. Again, it's probably not a great game by him and by us as a team.
Obviously, turnovers were an issue, but also second chance points. Did you feel like, aside from Philadelphia having some more size than you guys, do you feel like there wasn't enough discipline and, gang rebounding and making sure they didn't deal with offensive rebounds?
For sure, yeah. Yeah, and it was from the beginning, Kelly Oubre, offensive rebound dunk. That's how the game started. And, we try to hold the guys accountable with, like boxing out and how you do it and being responsible. At the end of the day, you're responsible for your man. We have our rules. And then that's the way you start your fast break is when you rebound. And obviously we struggled. We lost that battle by 9 points, and we lost every battle. The free throws, the points off turnovers, and the second chance. So it's really hard to win a game. To your point.
You mentioned during pregame just about Cam Johnson and him having the ball more. Just in tonight's game, I mean, bright spot, tied a career high, 9 threes. Just how, in which way were you guys able to consistently get him the ball, and what did you see just from him being able to knock down so many threes?
Yeah, I mean, he's playing with a lot of confidence, and if he keeps, he's creating a lot of attention, and he's also a guy that if he sees like too many people on him, he'll kick it and then he'll drive it. It's not like just he's gonna shoot it. So again, his game it's been very clean today. 9 for 13 from 3 is great. We want to keep seeing that from Cam. But again, if someday shots are not going to go in, I still want him to shoot them. I still want them to do the right things on both ends, playmaking, cutting, and he's been amazing.
I apologize if you were asked. Was you not starting Nick? Was that just a concession of the minutes limits that
Correct.
he's under, and you have to wait till he gets to
Yeah.
cleared enough to play to start?
Correct.
Cam, what did you see in Philly's ability to close it out down the stretch in those last few minutes?
They kept their composure and they made shots.
For you guys, just how was it hard to combat that last punch? We saw you guys fight back early.
Yeah.
What was it?
Too many turnovers, and that kind of sparked their break, sparked opportunities for them. A couple offensive rebounds here and there, and they were able to capitalize, which is the main thing. That's frustrating.
Costly, I mean, a lot of them are like the live balls, so we're not like shot clocks, but they're coming the other way with it. Just how difficult is it to get over the hump when you're turning the ball over in that fashion and giving them fast break?
I mean, you can't stop run-outs, you know what I mean? So it's frustrating, especially when we have a 10-point lead. But it's, at the end of the day, we still can do a lot better of a job of staying composed and kind of moving on to the next action, which I've been saying this all along. It's part of growth. It's part of growth as a team. You see some real bright spots at certain points, but some low lights too. So, I got a lot to work on.
Just for you personally, how big did the basket look tonight?
Yeah, it looked all right. Able to just get a couple to go down. But it felt a lot better if we won,
This is the highest scoring 3-game stretch of your career and tied a career high in threes. Is there anything about the nature of where these shots are coming that's led to you getting so hot, or is it just hot streak shooting?
I've been saying this a lot, but when you play with people like Van and Schro that are able to find you, it helps a lot, just knowing that those looks are coming. And, I tell you guys this all the time. You guys ask me when I miss, when I make them. It's just how it goes. There'll be days I make them, there'll be days I miss them. I'll just keep shooting them.
Did Philly do anything after that third quarter where you guys got that lead after that run? Did you sense that they changed their ball pressure? Did anything kind of like throw you guys off your rhythm a
They
little bit?
blitzed ball screens and handoffs and tried to junk it up there, but man, that shouldn't be a stoplight for us. That should be a transition into finding the reads and making plays out of those situations where we're chopping that up, you know what I mean? Because I really think that, with the type of players we have, we should be able to handle blitzing situations really, really well. So that's disappointing that happened, but we will continue to see those, and we'll continue to work on them and get better with them.
On the other side, obviously Tyrese and Jared went off. Was this the sort of kind of matchup you guys haven't seen yet all season? 2 quick guards that can pretty much get wherever they need to go?
Not necessarily. We knew what we were getting ourselves into, and it's on us to just do a better job of containing them. You got to give them credit for hitting shots and coming up big time moments, but that's no excuse for us. It's an NBA. It's going to be good players.
You talked about the turnovers pretty much prevented you guys from getting any rhythm. how hard is it to run a successful offense when, you know, the two guys responsible for initiating the offense are getting blitzed like you did and just, you know, turn the ball over?
Obviously, it's hard when we're turning the ball over in general. You can't score if you turn the ball over. You need a shot attempt to score. But at the same time, I think everybody else who's not getting blitzed can do a better job of being available. And we can do a better job of just recognizing as players on the court. I mean, the coaches can only do so much. But when we recognize those blitzes, and they're calling them out too, when we recognize them, we need to be second nature in those reads. And they're open, they're open. So we got to do a better job of just understanding spacing, understanding cuts, understanding availability, and just playing simple basketball.
You mentioned earlier at shoot-around this morning about not getting in those lulls and potentially having a better start. You saw you guys were able to fight back and cut into that lead and get the lead back in that third quarter, though. But just what type of focus do you want to see your team have where you don't have those stretches, where you get down by double and just have to fight?
It's when they make a run, we can't hang our heads. We got to communicate better. And I told you that this morning is we can't continuously rely on fighting back, being down. And today was an example of that. We start stronger, we're stronger throughout. Then that 10-point leads a 20-point lead in the third quarter, and it's a lot harder to, for their morale. I've been saying this a lot, but work in progress.
Do you want this game to kind of be maybe a wake-up call, kind of knowing what you guys are facing the rest of this trip with guards like tonight with obviously Sacramento, Golden State?
Yeah, it don't get no easier. But it shouldn't have to be a wake-up call. It's the NBA. We know who we're playing against. We know what Sacramento brings. We know what Golden State brings. We know what Phoenix brings. And it's really good, high-level players. So, yeah, we do. It is a bit of a wake-up call, but we understand what we're getting ourselves into.